What's good, YouTube? Welcome to Season 2, Episode 8 of this Malaga current month. Today we have a bunch of things coming up in the January transfer window. We're going to be going for a goalkeeper to upgrade on Yassine Bono. I've got a bunch of players in the transfer hub that I'm going to be going after today, so stay tuned for that. A lot of business will be coming in January. In addition to that, we have a bunch of games coming up because January is one of the busier times of year. Take a look right here. We've got the Copa de España tie against Granada. We're in the round of 16. This is where we got knocked out last season, so I'm going to be playing both of these matches against Granada, in addition to a game against Valencia in La Liga. We're currently doing pretty well in La Liga. We're sitting near the top 6, so I want to keep it that way in today's episode. In the Champions Cup knockout draw, we got Celtic in the round of 16. This is probably the best matchup we possibly could have gotten. There were some teams like Bayern Munich that finished second in the table, so we could have drawn Bayern Munich, but we ended up with Celtic instead. The first leg is going to be away in Scotland, so that will be coming, and I think the next episode or the one after, so stay tuned for that. But I'm really happy with the draw we got to start off the Champions Cup knockout stage. Here's how much money we're going to have to work with in today's episode. If you guys saw the last episode, I didn't have a ton of money before January, but I did sell 3 players to raise just over 5 million euros in transfer budget. If you take a look right here, we sold Miguel Sifu, Deco, as well as Emmanuel Cecchini. So that's 3 players we were able to profit off of. I also have 3 players on transfer: Manuel Iturra, Ignacy Miquel, as well as Esteban Roland. They all have pretty high release clauses, so if any team would be willing to pay those release clauses, we would have a good amount of money to go after a goalkeeper with. So here are the goalkeepers I will be going for in today's episode. We've got Ron Robert Zieler, Benjamin Lecomte, who looks like a fantastic talent, 81 goalkeeping, good reactions, and overall, he looks like a really underrated goalkeeper from Montpellier, so he's gonna be one of the first players I go after in today's episode. We've got Begovic, who is 31 years old. However, he's valued at a pretty reasonable price tag. When I was with Stoke City in FIFA 18, Bournemouth were so difficult to beat because of Begovic. He's OP in FIFA 18 for some reason, so that's why I'm going to go for him in this Malaga career mode. We've got John Cervantes, who looks like a pretty good deal. Roberto, who we initially had last season. Pacheco. Antonio Adan, who's on a pretty decent amount of wage per week, and his value is pretty affordable. But again, all of these goalkeepers are over the 10 million euro mark, so I'm going to have to keep raising money for them. We've got, let's see here, Pavlenka, we've got Roman Burki, Alex Merritt. I'm surprised no one mentioned Merritt in the comments section. He'd be very affordable, although his transfer tag is a little bit high. His wages are only 16,000 a week. And then Lafont. And then, if all else fails, if I can't get a goalkeeper in the January transfer window, we do have Thomas Strakosha as a pre-contract option. He's currently on 37,500 a week. So all we would have to do is just get him on anything under 47,000 a week, and we would get him for next season. We do get a transfer offer in January, but it's not for any of the players that I transfer listed. It's Johnny, who would command a 9.5 million euro deal from Stuttgart. This is actually a really nice deal. However, I rejected an offer from Mainz for 12.6 million. Excuse me, I think that's Bilbao, who offered 12.6 million euros in the last window. So I'm going to try and negotiate. He's currently unhappy at the club, so I'm going to start the offer at 11.5 million. I'm not going to go any lower than, I would say, 10? Yeah, 10 million flat. I would like to say training for the most part has been going pretty well. As you can see, En-Nesyri is up to a 77, but this was one of those weird sessions where I got a bunch of D's and F's. It normally doesn't happen like this. Stuttgart have come to an agreement for Johnny, 10.4 million euros. That's perfect. I'm very happy with that. If I can get over 10 million euros for a 77 rated winger who's 27 years old, I'm going to go ahead and accept that offer. Keep in mind, his morale is very unhappy, so he already wants to leave the club. I might as well let him. If we do end up selling Johnny, that wouldn't affect our first team. It would affect our second team, though. So take a look right here. Johnny is currently starting at left mid for us. We've got En-Nesyri and Andreas Pereira up top. I'm not sure who I would replace. I could put Carlos Alenia there because he can play center mid and right mid. I could move Pereira outright. Or I could bring in Ontiveros and move Pereira to left mid because Pereira can play left mid. It's actually his first position. He's supposed to be playing there, but Johnny is better there, so that's why I have him there. But if we do lose Johnny, Ontiveros would get into the starting lineup, and then I would have to push someone like Carazzo into our bench. So while the Johnny deal is getting worked on, I'm going to go ahead and get in the Copa de España tie we have here against Granada. If you take a look right here, AC Milan have taken one of Valencia's best players in Carlos Soler for about a 36 million euro deal. That's going to weaken Valencia just before we play them, so keep that in mind later in this episode. So heading into this game, Granada come in with a bunch of players I do not recognize, although they do have Joselu from Newcastle United up top, Villanueva, who we sold to them. They've got Rico, Perez, Orsic, Andrade. I have no clue who any of those players are. Martinez, Flores, Menose, Diaz, and Varas. If you guys know any of those players, let me know, because I don't. We're going to come in with our strongest team into this game. We are away at Granada, so I'm trying to get as many away goals as I possibly can. We're going over with a 4-3-3 false 9. I had a couple suggestions in the comments section not to go with this because Christian Porto is supposed to be a striker, but he's actually been really good in a false 9 role, surprisingly good. So I'm not going to try and fix what's not broken. I'm going to keep Porto there in a false 9 and see how many goals I can put past Granada. We get the ball back with Carlos Eleni. He's going to turn. He's going to feed Christian Porto. Christian Porto with the strength keeps it brilliantly in that false 9 role. Bustos is going to come on the attack. He's going to come down inwards Jefferson Lerma. Nice turn by Lerma. Feeds Cyprian. Lots of space here for Federico Rica. A ton of space for Rica. Up to Porto. Christian Porto. 3 balls it. Inwards Cyprian, who hits the post. Really nice build-up play. And again, Christian Porto creating havoc for Granada. 22nd minute. I think we can get a goal here. We're going to go out wide inwards Alenia. Alenia takes a touch. Goes up inwards Andreas Pereira. Andreas Pereira can cross it in. Decent ball in. It's a great ball in, but they get the ball out. Lachalt can't put it on target. To be fair, it was very difficult for him because he had to turn his body 180 degrees to hit that. It doesn't get a very good punch, but then the finish was horrible. 25th minute, Andrade coming on the attack. Played a quick give and go, and he's going to go back out inwards Diaz. Andrade should lose that ball, but he somehow keeps it and feeds Joselu. The former Newcastle man should have probably shot that, but he went for the pass instead. He's going to go up to Porto. Christian Porto goes out wide inwards Carlos Alenia. I did not mean to do that, but it turns out to be good for me. Porto comes down inwards Cyprian. While in Cyprian with the roulette keeps it on his right foot. Shoots with the right foot, and that's the second shot he has had just inches off target. He hit the post a couple minutes ago, but then that time, great roulette, but the finish, man, just off. Back on the ball, Fabrizio Bustos comes down inwards Jefferson Lerma. Nice through ball inwards Cyprian. Great touch by Cyprian. Touch of class from him. We're going to come down to Diego Lachalt. On his left foot, he shoots it first time. I may have been able to cross that, but I didn't take any risks. I went for the shot, and we get a corner. Cyprian with another ball in. This one wasn't as accurate as his other ones. We still could have it here with Nanyon. He's going to feed Carlos Alenia. Alenia turns. He bends it in, far post. Diego Lachalt is not going to get to that. And again, the former Swansea man, Chico Flores, doing his defensive duties. Cyprian with another ball in. We get an open header, but Joris Nanyon overran it. Now, Joselu coming on the attack, the former Newcastle man, trying to put a ball into the box here. He eventually just keeps dribbling, crosses it up into the middle. Oh my goodness, 1-0. 1-0 in added time in the first half. Unbelievable right here. Andrade with a long bursting run from his side of the area. I didn't even think Granada were going to get anyone in the box, but Joselu holds it up just long enough for Granada to get some people in, and just like that, they've scored. Carlos on the attack with a perfectly weighted through ball to Orsic. Orsic runs past me. He crosses it in. Diego gets the ball away. We've got a counterattack opportunity here. We're going to go out wide to Jefferson Lerma. Up in towards Lachalt. Lachalt drives it down in towards Christian Porto, but their center back gets back. Very aggressive play from Granada there. I didn't think they were going to be that aggressive. With Porto in that false 9 role, they're going to keep coming on the attack though. Villanueva on his right foot puts a decent ball in. That's a more than decent ball in, but it was a good save from Bono. Carlos Alenia starting the attack, cuts it into Christian Porto. Porto needs some help. He's going to get it from Cyprian. Some good play here. We need a goal now. Cyprian, ball roll, sends it forward to Christian Porto. Porto coming on the attack. On his right foot, he's going to stop. He's going to go back into Cyprian. While in Cyprian, on his right foot, there's the goal. There's the away goal. 63 minutes in, and we finally get it. Porto and Cyprian have been a deadly combination against this Granada team. Quick stop from Porto. Easy through ball inwards Cyprian, and then we know how good Cyprian's finishing is. Top notch, especially for a midfielder, and we finally make it 1-1. Diego Lachalt takes a touch, goes up to Diego Gonzalez. He's going to feed Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek back to Lachalt. Quick passing here from Malaga. Zambo Anguissa is going to feed Bustos. Fabrizio Bustos with the ball roll goes out wide to Andres Pereira. Andres Pereira holds it up, shields it, feeds Bustos. Bustos goes up to Loftus-Cheek. Ruben Loftus-Cheek on his right foot shoots, but I wanted to shoot it. I forgot that he was right-footed. I was about to hit that on his left foot. I probably should have because I got blocked. trying to get it onto my right foot. We've got a corner now. Lachal puts it in. We can't get the header. We haven't won too many headers recently. Nanyo's going to keep it, though. And Busto starts the attack. He's going to come forward to Jefferson Lerma. Nice turn by Lerma. Jefferson Lerma on his right foot finesses. And he scores! 2-1! That was such a slow finesse shot. That was literally going in slow motion for like 2 seconds. And it somehow ends up in the back of the net. What is Granada's goalkeeper doing here? Great turn. The run of, I think, Zambo Anguissa takes away a Granada player. But then, how has that gone in? I thought the goalkeeper surely was going to catch that from that angle. The way the ball was going, I think the goalkeeper just sees it late. He just saw that too late. And by the time he sees it, it's in the back of the net. We still have it, though, for a throw, and Lachalt is going to feed Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek comes down to Zambo Anguissa. Zambo Anguissa back to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He gets taken down in the box with a crunching challenge, but the referee does not call anything, and that's going to be game. Granada still within striking distance of us. We get 2 away goals. Granada with 1 brilliant goal of their own, but Jefferson Lerma with a brilliant winner to get us a 2-1 victory here away against Granada. We have more good news in the transfer market as now, in addition to Johnny, we finally have an offer for Ignacy Miquel from Deportivo La Coruña, who are relegated into the second league of Spain. They're willing to give us Ignacy Miquel's valuation of 4.2 million euros. I'm going to accept that. I don't need him. I'm going to make some money off of him. If we can sell Ignacy Miquel as well as Johnny, that's going to give us enough money to go after a goalkeeper in today's episode. So before we get those sales done, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to try to get some deals done. Usually it takes like a week, maybe 2 weeks to get a proper deal done. So I'm going to start now and get ahead. So Ron Robert Zieler and Benjamin Lecomte are the first 2 goalkeepers on here. Lecomte has a pretty high valuation. Ron Robert Zieler, I know no one suggested him, but he's an 80 rated goalkeeper. He's got pretty decent statistics, 77 goalkeeping, 82 reflexes, 75 diving, 79 handling. I'm going to go ahead and bid for him. So for Ron Robert Zieler, I'm actually going to try a player swap first. Let's see if Stuttgart want another goalkeeper. I'm going to send Yassine Bono their way. Bono would only consider swapping Bono for Zieler if we offered 5.45 million euros with him. That's actually not a bad deal. I'm going to try and counter that. I'm going to propose a new transfer fee. I'm going to go with like 3.5 million. Let's see if they go with that. And now they want more money. They've raised it up to 5.5 million. I'm going to try one more time. I'm going to add a sell-on clause this time, since Yassine Bono is decently young for a goalkeeper, and I'm going to bring the transfer fee down to 3.3 million. Nope. They're not going to take any deal. I'm sorry, I'm going to end the negotiation here. Ron Robert Zieler, he's a decent goalkeeper, but I don't want to spend too much money on him. Next up, Asmir Begovic. I'm going to go after Begovic first before Lecomte, because Lecomte looks a bit expensive. He's 27 years old. Begovic is 31 years old. Again, he's OP in FIFA 18. I have to go for him. As I did with Ron Robert Zieler, before I actually go ahead and give a transfer fee, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to see if I can get a player plus cash deal in, because Yassine Bono seems to be a nice asset that I can sell to other teams in exchange for cash. I'm going to counter offer. I'm going to add a sell-on clause of 10%. I'm going to propose a new transfer fee of 4 million. That's a better offer. Bournemouth and Eddie Howe have taken it. I'm actually shook. They wanted 7 million with Yassine Bono, and then I ended up bidding a little over half of that, 4 million, and Yassine Bono, and Bournemouth have taken it. Of course, as usual, I am going to delegate wages because Begovic is currently on 59,000 a week, so I'm going to start the wage offer at 40,000 a week. I'm not going to go any higher than, let's see, 55,000 a week. The reason I'm offering a wage less than 59,000 a week is because he knows he's going to be moving from Bournemouth to Malaga. We have to keep our wage structure, so if he rejects the wage I give him now, I will give him a higher wage later. Okay, we've run into a problem with Benjamin Lecomte. I don't have a goalkeeper to negotiate with because, keep in mind, Yassine Bono is involved in the Asmir Begovic deal, so until that gets done, I'm not going to be able to go for him. So because the Asmir Begovic deal is the one that involves Yassine Bono, he is currently pretty much on that deal. I can't use him for any other deal for goalkeepers, so for Cervantes, Roberto Pacheco, Aldan, Pavlenka, Berkey, and pretty much every other goalkeeper, I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer until Begovic and his representatives get back to me. While Asmir Begovic is working on his deal, let's get back into La Liga. Keep in mind, Valencia have sold one of their best players in Carlos Soler They're currently sitting 9th in the table. They've got kind of varied form. I'm not sure what to expect here, but let's see if we can get a win at the Estadio Mestalla. So for our game against Valencia, it is between our Granada games. The first and the second leg have Valencia sandwiched in the middle. So we've got our second team, and Pereira and Nesri Ontiveros get the start. Loftus-Cheek, Shqiri, Zamboanguissa, Juankar, Diaz, Hernandez, Walker-Peters, who's actually been decent so far, and then Bono, another start for him in goal. We're going up against Zaza, Musa Marega, who I think Valencia bought from FC Porto. Congrats to Porto on winning the Portuguese league. I saw that yesterday. They've got Bellarabi, Maximovic, Coquelin, Kostic, Holebas from Watford is now at Valencia, Jason Murillo, Garay, Montoya, and then Norberto Neto in goal for this game. So a 4-2-2-2 or maybe a 4-4-2 from Valencia. I think we can beat them here. Juankar steals the ball. He's going to come forward. Now he's got a bunch of guys coming on the run, but no one is really making a dangerous play in the middle. We're going to go up to Enesri. Enesri through balls in towards Javi Ontiveros. Javi Ontiveros loses his bearings in front of goal. The man who is supposed to replace Johnny in our second team starting lineup is not going to be impressing me with that kind of finishing. Filip Kostic coming on the attack. The man that they bought from the Bundesliga. I think he played for Hamburg. And he's going to cut in here onto his right foot. He's going to cut it down inwards. Simone Zaza. What a finish that would have been. First time hit from the Italian with the outside of his left boot. That would have been such a sexy goal. Valencia putting some pressure on us so far in this game, although we haven't conceded, so I'm okay with absorbing some pressure to start this game off. Juankar is going to feed Loftus-Cheek. Zamboanguissa takes a touch. He's going to come forward in towards Shqiri. Shqiri comes down in towards Enesri, but Enesri with a horrible touch right into the path of Ezekiel Garay. And Valencia yet again come on the attack. What a through ball that is. In towards Kostic from Simone Zaza. Kostic is going to cut it in towards Simone Zaza, and eventually it's 1-0. Simone Zaza is really good in FIFA 18. I tell you what, he sprinted all the way from midfield. We had 4 defenders who were ball watching, and of course Simone Zaza on that left foot is going to score. His left foot is quite good in this game, but we should be marking him better than that. Okay, Juankar starts the attack. Loftus-Cheek has been at the center of every single attacking move for us, so we have to keep feeding him. And Nesri comes on the attack on his left foot. He's going to fake shot onto his right foot, but the fake shot was absolutely atrocious. And now Valencia, with one ball forward, are in the clear. It's currently 2-on-1. They might pass it in towards Zaza. We keep it on Musa Marega's right foot, and he scores near post. You know, I thought my defending was actually pretty decent there. I kept Musa Marega from passing it in towards Simone Zaza, but guess what? He takes it himself and finesses it near post because my goalkeeper cannot defend his fucking near post. Look at this. Surely Yassine Bono should be saving that. It's only a couple feet away from him. He should be covering his near post. Marega takes advantage of him. Zamboanguissa coming on the attack. Now we've got people coming forward. Shqiri through balls it inwards at Nesri. Back up to Elias. Shqiri on his right foot. What a save. Norberto Neto gets a foot underneath the bar. Excuse me, underneath the ball. And then, of course, the post saves him. 74th minute, Valencia with the free kick. I'm not sure why Simone Zaza, of all people, is taking that free kick. Wouldn't you want him in the box? Either way, Enesri with a perfect through ball to Andres Pereira. Jason Murillo has been caught out of position, and Andres Pereira is going to make him pay. 2-1. Easy goal for me to score. I'm going to run into the post and do absolutely nothing with it, but still, we catch Valencia out defensively, and we're back in it. Simone Zaza starts the attack yet again for Valencia. He's going to throw it out to Musa Marega. Musa Marega turns on his right foot. Gets it on his right foot. That's a big save from Bono. If they had scored that goal, that probably would have been game over with 10 minutes left. So Karim Bellarabi now puts it in near post. Loftus-Cheek gets it away. Valencia still have it. They're going to go up inwards Cholevas. Cholevas comes back down to Francis Coquelin. He's going to lose the ball. Actually, it comes back. And Nani, my God. 3-1, and that is an outrageous goal from the 31-year-old. Nani has been, I don't know how long he's been in La Liga, but he is so freaking good. What a finish. I can't even complain. On the volley, on the edge of the box, that might be game. 87th minute, can we get a goal here to give ourselves a silver lining? We're going to come down in towards Youssef Enesri. On his right foot, can he finish that? Okay, 3-2. Youssef Enesri gets a goal for us. He's going to pick it up and he's going to sprint back, something that Andres Pereira didn't do. Great through ball from Kyle Walker-Peters. There's only 2 minutes left though. Carlos Alenia coming on the attack, 90th minute. This would be absolute scenes if we could score here. Alenia is going to cut it down to Yusuf En-Nesyri. En-Nesyri takes a touch, feeds Loftus-Cheek. Ruben Loftus-Cheek needs some help. We need to get forward here. Jefferson Lerma takes a touch, goes back down. Edwards Loftus-Cheek. Ruben Loftus-Cheek goes out wide. Edwards Kyle Walker-Peters. Kyle Walker-Peters. Ball rolls. Goes out wide to Andres Pereira. Andres Pereira crosses it in. Into the middle. We still might get the batter. No, we don't. Norberto Neto gets to it. And that might be game. With 3 minutes of added time. What an opportunity. Game over. Valencia's fans are extremely relieved to see their team get a victory here. I was so close. So freaking close to getting a point. 4 shots, 3 on target. We were clinical in front of goal, but we didn't create enough opportunities. Valencia, 7 shots on target. They were much better than us today, and they actually, I think, deserved to win. We do get some good news, though, in the transfer market. Johnny is finally sold. For 10.4 million euros, we get 7.5 million into our transfer budget, which is going to be very helpful for us. We get a transfer offer for Jefferson Lerma. I've got a couple press conference things that I usually ignore. But Lazio want Jefferson Lerma for 17.7 million euros. He's been phenomenal for us this year. I can't let him go. We now have 12.86 million euros in our transfer budget with about 53,000 a week in wage budget. I'm going to move that to 13 million euros in transfer budget. Let's see who we can get. Okay, here's a couple goalkeepers we could get for 13 million euros. John Cervantes, Roberto, Fernando Pacheco, Antonio Adon. We would definitely get him for 13 million euros. I'm actually going to go for him first. So for Antonio Adon, I'm going to offer a transfer fee. His current value is 11 million. I'm going to start at 10.5. That's a fair offer. Real Betis have taken it. First deal done. You know, I'm kind of surprised by that because Real Betis valued him at 11 million euros. I bid 500,000 less than that, and they immediately take it. I wasn't expecting that. He's on 23,500 a week, which we can definitely afford. I'm going to start his wages at 30,000 a week. I'm not going to go any higher than I would say 40. Asmir Begovic is still working on a deal. I think we may have some trouble with this, so I'm prepared for him to reject that. In the meantime, Fernando Pacheco is another decent goalkeeper from Deportivo Alaves. Take a look right here. 81 reflexes, 78 diving, 76 handling. Not the best kicking, but I don't really care about kicking. So for Fernando Pacheco, I'm actually going to do the same thing I did with Antonio Adon. He's currently valued at 11 million euros. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to bid 10.5. Okay, never mind. Deportivo Alaves wants a little bit more money than Real Betis did for their goalkeeper. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to add a 5% sell-on clause since that seems to be the sweet spot in career mode. I'm also going to bring my bid up to 11 million flat. Okay, they want 15.3 million euros with no sell-on clause. The sell-on clause did not work. I'm going to try one more time. 12 million flat. That's going to be my final offer. We're going to need some time. I don't think Deportivo Alaves are going to take this. I don't care. Next up, we've got Jiri Pavlenka as well as Berkey. Berkey is out of our price range. Alex Meret would be decent. And then Alban Lafont is way too expensive. 19 years old, 81 overall. He is quality, but I can't afford him just yet. So I'm actually going to keep Adon and Pacheco up there. The next goalkeeper I'm going to go after, I want to go after Roberto, but I had a couple of you say I shouldn't go for him. Same with Joan Cervantes. So for now, I've got Adon, I've got Pacheco, excuse me, I've got Adon, and I've got Begovic. Deal's done. Okay, we're currently in the second leg of our tie against Granada in the Copa de España. We're already up 2-1 on aggregate. I think we're not going to lose here with our first team, especially against Granada. We were pretty confident after that Valencia game, and we beat them 2-1. We move on easily into the next round of the Copa de España. We have a transfer offer from Chelsea for Wylan Cyprian. I'm not really surprised that English Premier League clubs are coming for him, but let's be honest. He is unsellable. I cannot let him go. That's not even a good deal. He's valued at 27 million euros. Chelsea are not going to get him. We do sell Ignacy Miquel as well for 4.2 million euros, so that's another 3 million into our transfer budget. Asmir Begovic has reached an impasse with us, which means we're going to have to renegotiate with him in a week. In a turn of events, though, Fernando Pacheco and Deportivo Alaves have agreed to a 12 million euro deal. I was very surprised by that. Usually, when they have to go after a deal and talk about it on their own, they don't end up accepting it. This is the first time they have actually accepted a deal after they negotiated with me. So I'm going to go ahead. And get the weekly wages sorted. I'm going to start at 25,000 a week. I'm not going to go any higher than 38. Antonio Adon has accepted his offer At the very end of this episode, this is the goalkeeper I want, guys. I know many of you wanted me to go for a Bundesliga goalkeeper or someone that was over an 80 overall, but, I mean, Antonio Adon is over an 80 overall. He's 81 overall. He's 31 years old. I know I'm right at the end of this episode, so I'm actually not going to go ahead and accept this. I want to hear some feedback from you guys. Should I go ahead and accept this offer? I got a pretty good deal for him, 10 million euros on 23,000 a week. Well, 30,000 a week, because as you can see there, that's what I'm giving him. But, I mean, he's 31 years old. He's not really going to decline this season because he's already in his prime for a goalkeeper. And if you take a look at our transfer budget, we would still have 6 million euros left and 49,000 a week in wage budget to go after pre-contract players if we sell, or excuse me, if we buy Antonio Adon. So, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Should I buy him or should I go for a better goalkeeper? Let me know down below, and in the next episode, I'll make a decision. We've got Real Madrid coming up at home in the next episode. More games coming up in La Liga, as well as hopefully some action in the Copa de España. So stay tuned for that. More transfer business coming your way as well. And I hope to see you guys next time.